Welcome back to our channel. I want to start today with a simple question. Have you ever told someone something important about your life and then regretted it? Maybe you shared a dream you were excited about and someone said, "That is too difficult," or "Be realistic," or they just laughed quietly. And after that conversation, the dream felt smaller, less exciting, less possible. Or maybe you told people about a plan you were working on, and before you even started, you were suddenly in a long discussion about why it might not work, and you walked away feeling less motivated than before. This happens to people every day, and there is a real reason why it happens. Not everyone around you wants to see you grow. Some people will doubt you without meaning to. Some people will say things that hurt your confidence without realizing it. And some people, honestly, do not feel good when they see others succeeding. This is not a reason to become cold or secretive, but it is a very good reason to become wiser. Wiser about what you share. Wiser about who you share it with. Wiser about when to speak and when to stay silent. Today we will talk about 5 things you should not share with everyone. These are not lessons about hiding who you are. They are lessons about protecting your energy, protecting your focus, and protecting your future. Stay until thing number 5, because that one might be the most powerful lesson in the whole video. Let's begin. Thing 1. Your dreams. Imagine a young man. Let us call him Daniel. Daniel had a big dream. He wanted to start his own business. He spent his evenings learning new skills. He read books. He watched educational videos. He made plans in his notebook before going to sleep every night. He was genuinely excited. For the first time in years, something felt possible. And one day, the excitement became too big to keep inside. He started telling everyone, his friends, his family, his neighbors, people at work, anyone who would listen. At first, people were friendly. Some smiled. Some said nice things. Some listened politely. But then the comments started coming. "That is too difficult. People like us do not do things like that. You should be more realistic. Get a stable job first. That kind of thing never works. I tried something similar once, and it failed." Each comment was small by itself. One comment was nothing, but 10 comments, 20 comments, 50 comments over many weeks. Each one planted a tiny seed of doubt inside Daniel's mind. And slowly, something changed. The dream that once felt exciting and possible started to feel heavy and impossible. He stopped working on it. He stopped planning. He stopped believing in it. The dream did not die because it was impossible. The dream died because Daniel shared it too early with people who could not see what he could see. This is why you must be very careful about who you share your dreams with. When people hear about your dream, they see it through the lens of their own life, their own experiences, their own fears, their own limitations, their own past failures. If they are afraid to take risks, they will tell you to be afraid. If they gave up on their own dreams years ago, they will tell you to give up on yours. If they cannot imagine success for themselves, it is very hard for them to imagine it for you. And none of this makes them bad people. It just means they are not the right people to carry your dream with. Your dream is like a small seed. When a seed is first planted in the ground, it is completely fragile. A strong wind can destroy it. Too much pressure can kill it. It needs quiet, warmth, and time to grow roots before it can face the outside world. A new dream works exactly the same way. When an idea is new and fragile, it needs protection, it needs action, it needs daily work, not everyone's opinion. There is something else worth understanding. Research has shown that when people talk too much about their goals, the brain can start to feel a sense of achievement before any real work is done. Here is how this happens. You announce your dream. People say, "Wow, that sounds amazing." Your brain receives a small reward from that attention. And because your brain already feels a little bit of the good feeling that comes with success, the drive to actually do the work becomes weaker. Talking becomes a substitute for doing, and that is one of the most dangerous traps a person can fall into. Look around you. How many people do you know who talk about their big plans but never actually do anything? They have been talking about the same ideas for years, but nothing moves forward, nothing gets built, nothing changes. Not because they are not intelligent, but because they confuse discussing their future with building their future. The world does not reward conversations. The world rewards results. So what should you do with your dream instead of talking about it? Write it down, just for yourself. Work on it every day, even for just a little bit. Wake up early for it. Learn about it. Practice the skills it requires. Make small progress every single day. Protect it from doubt. Give it time to grow strong. Let it build real roots. And then one day, when the results are already visible, when the work is already done, people will ask you how you did it, and you will smile, because while they were offering opinions, you were building something real. Remember this: a dream shared with everyone becomes a discussion. A dream protected by daily action becomes a reality. Thing 2. How you became successful. This lesson surprises many people at first, because most people think that sharing success is always a positive thing. But here is what truly wise people understand. There is a meaningful difference between genuinely inspiring someone and exposing every detail of your personal journey to everyone who asks. Think about a woman. Let us call her Sarah. For many years, Sarah worked quietly. While others spent their evenings watching entertainment, she spent her evenings learning new skills. While others talked about wanting a better life, she was slowly and consistently building one. While others looked for shortcuts, she focused on making small improvements every single day. After several years, her life changed in big ways. She became successful. And suddenly, everyone around her became very curious. How did you do it? What is your exact strategy? Tell us all your secrets. What should we do? At first, Sarah shared everything openly. She explained her methods, her daily habits, her routines, every detail of her journey. But she quickly noticed something surprising and a little disappointing. Most people who asked were not asking because they genuinely wanted to learn and then do the hard work themselves. Many were asking simply to compare. Some wanted to find a shortcut so they could get the results without the effort. Some were curious in the moment, but had no real intention to change anything. And some people used what she shared to criticize her choices, find problems in her approach, or quietly reduce what she had achieved. This experience taught Sarah a very important lesson. Real success grows best when it is protected by humility and quiet continued effort. Here is something true about genuine success. It is built on thousands of small, invisible decisions that nobody else ever sees. The early mornings when you got up and worked while everyone else was sleeping. The late nights when you kept going even when you were tired. The moments of serious doubt that you pushed through without telling anyone. The times you failed, got back up quietly, and tried again. These are the real secrets behind success, and they cannot be copied simply by hearing them described, because what built those habits was the experience of living through them. There is another important danger here. Many people become so focused on talking about their past success that they stop working on their future growth. They start celebrating too early. They start seeking attention and validation instead of seeking improvement. They start spending their energy explaining what they already built instead of building the next thing. And slowly, progress stops. Because the moment you feel like you have fully arrived is very often the moment you stop growing. The most successful people tend to stay surprisingly quiet about their achievements. Not because they are hiding, but because they know there is always another level to reach, another skill to develop, another challenge to overcome, another lesson waiting to be learned. They are focused forward, not backward. And talking at length about the past takes time and energy that could go toward the future. Let your results speak for you. Let your continued work speak for you. You do not need to constantly explain or justify your success to anyone. Remember this: the louder you talk about your success, the less time and energy you spend building the next chapter of it. Stay humble, stay focused, keep moving forward. Thing 3. Your personal problems. When life becomes difficult, most people naturally want to talk about it. They want to feel heard. They want someone to understand their pain. They want someone to say that things will be okay. This is completely human. There is nothing wrong with it. And sometimes, asking for help from someone you truly trust is not only okay, it is necessary and wise. But sharing your personal problems with everyone around you is something very different. Think about a man named Michael. One difficult year, he faced several hard things at the same time: financial stress, relationship problems, a deep feeling of being lost and uncertain about the future. Because he was hurting, he started talking to everyone about his situation: friends, co-workers, relatives, people he had not spoken to in a long time. Anyone who would listen. At first, talking gave him some temporary relief. It felt good to be heard. It felt good to have people pay attention to his struggles. But over time, something unexpected and painful happened. Some people started sharing his story with other people without his permission. Some judged his decisions quietly. Some used what they knew about his difficulties to feel better about their own lives. A few people brought up his problems in conversations where it was not appropriate, and some people later used what they knew about his vulnerabilities in ways that hurt him. Michael realized something he had not expected. Not everyone who asks, "How are you?" is truly prepared to carry the weight of your honest answer. This is a hard truth, but it is a real one. Many people are curious about other people's problems. Very few people genuinely care and want to help. Many people will listen. Very few people will actually do anything useful. Many people will know your struggles. Almost none of them will help solve them. This is why protecting your personal problems is so important. Think of emotional pain the way you think of a physical wound. If you have a cut on your arm, you do not show it to every person you pass. You protect it, you clean it, you keep it covered while it heals. Because every time you expose it unnecessarily, you risk infection. You risk making it worse. Emotional wounds are the same. When you expose them to too many people, too many opinions, and too many judgments can actually make the healing process much harder. There is another danger that is worth understanding. Sometimes people become so accustomed to talking about their problems that they stop actually working toward solutions. Every conversation becomes about what is wrong. Every day becomes another discussion about difficulties. Every relationship starts to revolve around pain, and slowly, the problem becomes part of their identity. Instead of saying, "I am going through a difficult time," they start to feel like they are the problem itself. This is a very dark place to be. Strong people handle this differently. They acknowledge their problems honestly. They find one or two people they truly trust, people with real wisdom and genuine care, and they talk to those specific people. Then they direct their energy toward finding a way forward. Because talking about a problem by itself does not solve it. Working toward a solution is what makes the difference. Some of the strongest and most important battles you will ever fight in life will happen completely quietly. Nobody will see the difficult nights. Nobody will see the moments of fear. Nobody will see what it cost you to keep going. But those quiet battles very often create the strongest version of who you are. You do not need to share every storm with the world. Sometimes the greatest strength is fighting your hardest battles quietly and coming out the other side more powerful than before. Thing 4. Your money and your financial growth. Here is a truth that wise people have understood for a very long time. When you share information about your income, your savings, your investments, or your financial progress with too many people, you invite problems into your life that you never asked for. Most people work very hard for years to improve their financial situation. They make sacrifices. They save money when they could be spending it. They learn new skills. They make difficult and sometimes unpopular decisions. They say no to things they want today so they can have something more important tomorrow. And then, when they begin to see real results, many people make a very common and costly mistake. They tell everyone. They talk about how much they earn. They share details about their savings. They explain their investments. They discuss their business income. They announce their financial wins openly and publicly. And without fully realizing it, they invite unnecessary attention, unnecessary comparison, unnecessary jealousy, and unnecessary pressure into their lives. Think about this simple image. When you plant a seed in the ground, do you dig it up every few days to show people how much it has grown? Of course not. You protect it. You water it. You give it space and time to develop its roots quietly. You trust the process. Real wealth works the same way. The strongest and most lasting financial growth almost always happens in silence. When too many people know about your financial situation, several things tend to happen. Not all at once, but over time. Some people will feel jealous without wanting to admit it. Some will feel insecure when they compare your progress to theirs. Some will start expecting you to solve their financial problems. Some will begin treating you differently in ways that are confusing or uncomfortable. And some people, honestly, will quietly hope that your financial success is only temporary. None of this happens because you did anything wrong. It happens because money affects human emotions in very powerful and sometimes unpredictable ways. There is another serious problem that is worth understanding. Many people in the world confuse looking wealthy with being wealthy. They spend money on visible and impressive things, expensive clothes, luxury cars, a glamorous lifestyle shown on social media. All of it designed to create an image of success. But there is an enormous difference between looking successful and actually being financially free. A person can wear the most expensive clothes available and still be deep in debt. A person can drive a luxury car and still have no real savings. A person can post beautiful images of a perfect lifestyle online and still be struggling financially every single month. The world often sees only the surface, but real wealth almost always lives beneath the surface, invisible to most people. Imagine two people. They start with the exact same income. The first person spends most of their money on maintaining an impressive image. The second person saves quietly, invests consistently, and builds knowledge about money every week. After 5 years, there is a noticeable difference. After 10 years, the difference is enormous. After 20 years, it is almost incomparable. One person chased appearance and attention. The other person built actual freedom. And freedom is always more valuable than appearance. Your financial journey belongs to you. Protect it, not because you are ashamed of your progress, but because your energy belongs on building your future, not explaining it to people who may not support it. Let your wealth grow quietly. Let your savings grow quietly. Let your financial knowledge grow quietly. And when the results are finally impossible to ignore, you will not need to say anything. The results will speak for themselves. Remember this: quiet, consistent, disciplined financial growth builds real freedom. Loud announcements about money build attention, and attention is not the same as wealth. Thing 5. Your future plans and your next move. This is the most important lesson of all 5, and it is the one that most people understand too late. Think about how many times you have heard something like this. This year is going to be different. This year I am going to change everything. I am going to start my business. I am going to get fit. I am going to learn new skills. This year I will finally do what I have been waiting to do. The excitement is genuine. The desire is real. The motivation in that moment is absolutely real. But at the end of the year, most people are standing in almost exactly the same place they were at the beginning. Maybe with a few more excuses. Maybe with a little less hope than before. Why does this keep happening? Because they spent far more time and energy talking about the future than actually building it. Here is something very important to understand about how the brain works. When you tell people about your plans and they respond with excitement and encouragement, your brain receives a small reward. It feels good. It feels like progress. It feels like something real happened. But nothing actually happened. You just received the feeling of moving forward without doing any of the actual moving. And because your brain already got that small reward from talking, the drive to go and do the real work becomes noticeably weaker. The emotional pressure to act has been partially released through conversation. Talking became the substitute for doing. This is how truly great ideas die. Not from lack of ability, not from lack of opportunity, from too much talking and not enough working. Let me tell you about a young man. Let us call him Ethan. Ethan was tired of his ordinary life. Every week felt the same as the last. He wanted something different. He wanted to grow financially. He wanted to develop real skills. He wanted to build something meaningful. One night, alone, he made a genuine decision. He was going to change his direction, and he felt more motivated than he had felt in years. The next morning, he did what many people do when they feel excited. He told everyone, friends, family, coworkers, people on social media. He talked about his plans everywhere he went. At first, the response felt wonderful. People congratulated him. People said encouraging things. People cheered for him and told him he was finally going to do it. Every compliment felt like fuel. Every conversation felt like progress. But weeks passed, then months, and Ethan's actual progress was very slow. The excitement that used to come from working was now coming from talking about working. He was receiving rewards from conversations instead of from results. The plan that had once felt alive slowly became just another unfinished idea, another dream that got stuck in conversations and never made it to reality. This happens to people every day, every single day. The world rewards action, not announcements. There is a very important difference between the two. Announcements give you attention. Action gives you results. And attention is not what changes your life. Here is another reason to protect your plans. When you share them widely before they are ready, you sometimes feel trapped by your own words later. You learn something new that suggests a better approach, but you already told everyone you were going to do it a specific way. So now you feel pressure to continue with the original plan, even if you know it is not the best path anymore. Wise people stay flexible. They allow their plans to evolve as they learn more. And it is much easier to evolve quietly than to change direction after announcing everything publicly. There is also the problem of opinions. When you share your plans with many people, you collect many opinions, and opinions can be very loud inside your mind. If you tell 10 people about a dream you have, some will say it is too risky, some will say it will take too long. Some will tell you about someone they know who tried something similar and failed. Some will question whether you have what it takes. Some will say you should wait until conditions are better. And suddenly your mind is filled with other people's doubts and fears. The plan that once felt clear and exciting now feels heavy and uncertain. The plan did not change, but the collected opinions changed how you feel about it. Your future is too important to put in the hands of everyone's opinion. Not everyone deserves a vote on the direction of your life. Think about two builders. The first builder talks every day about the house he is going to build. He shows people his designs. He explains every detail of his vision. He has long conversations about what the finished house will look like. He loves talking about it. Years pass. The house still does not exist. It lives only in conversations. The second builder says very little. Every day he places one brick, then another, then another. The work looks slow. The progress looks invisible to most people. But years later, there stands a strong, finished, beautiful house. One builder talked. The other builder built. Most people fall in love with the idea of success, the image of it, the feeling of talking about it. But success belongs to the people who fall in love with the actual process, the daily work, the consistent small steps that add up over time. Success belongs to the people who are willing to work when nobody is watching and nobody is cheering. Move quietly. Work consistently. Let your actions do the talking. Let your results be the loudest thing you say. And one day, when people look at what you have built and ask how you did it, you will know the truth. You protected your plans from doubt. You protected your focus from distraction. You worked through the days when nobody believed in you. You kept going through the days when nothing seemed to be happening yet. And that is exactly how it gets done. Remember this, the loudest plans rarely become reality. The quietest, consistent actions often change lives forever. You have now learned all 5 things you should protect carefully and not share with everyone. Number 1, your dreams. Protect them from doubt and from the limited visions of people around you. Let your dreams grow through daily action, not through conversation. Number 2, how you became successful. Stay humble, stay focused forward. Do not let talking about what you already built replace the work of building what comes next. Number 3, your personal problems. Choose very carefully who you trust with your struggles. Fight many of your most important battles quietly, and direct your energy toward solutions, not just toward expressing the problem. Number 4, your money and your financial growth. Build your financial future in silence. Protect your progress from jealousy, pressure, and unnecessary comparison. Let the results speak over time. Number 5, your future plans and your next move. Stop announcing, start doing. Let your actions be your loudest statement. Let your results be your biggest announcement. These 5 lessons are not about hiding who you are. They are not about being dishonest or secretive or cold. They are about becoming wiser. Wiser about where your limited energy goes. Wiser about who receives access to the most important parts of your life. Wiser about the difference between talking about a future and building one. Here is a truth worth remembering. Your energy is limited. Every conversation about your plans uses energy that could go into working on your plans. Every time you defend your dream to a doubter, you use energy that could go into growing the dream. Every time you explain your finances to someone who did not need to know, you use energy that could go into improving your finances. Choose where that energy goes, every single day. The strongest transformations in life happen quietly. The deepest growth happens when nobody is watching and nobody is keeping track. The most powerful people are often the ones who talk the least and work the most. So from today, protect your dreams, protect your plans, protect your financial journey, protect your privacy, protect your focus. Work quietly, grow quietly, build quietly, and let your results do the talking. Before you go, I want to ask you one honest question. Of these 5 things, which one do you need to protect most right now in your own life? Think about it honestly and write your answer in the comments below, because that honest moment with yourself is where real change begins. If this video helped you see something more clearly today, please give it a like. It helps this channel reach more people who might need to hear this message. And subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Simple English, real wisdom, real lessons for real life. Stay focused, stay quiet, keep building. I will see you in the next video.